up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before we get going on our video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86 TV. If you got a breakdown or a prediction you'd like me to do, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email address. And don't forget about our live show. You can catch us live every Wednesday and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And you can also catch us live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG, KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's go ahead and get it popping and get into our video. And today, we got to talk about Oscar De La Hoya. He's mad at the WBC because he says the WBC is protecting Jermall Charlo. They protecting Jermall Charlo as is what he's saying, man. You know what I'm talking about? And this is what he said. He says, why in the fact? He meant the F word, but he says fact, F-A-C-K. Probably had a line before he typed that shit, but that's a whole nother issue. He says, why in the fact is WBC protecting Jermall Charlo? Hasn't made a title defense in 18 months, and guess who's number one? Jaime Munguia. Let's go. Now, at face value, I agree with Oscar. I feel like Jermall Charlo, they can make him champion in recess. And then the two top contenders should have to fight each other. You know what I'm talking about? For a vacant WBC title. Like, I agree with that. With his injury, and it's reported that he's dealing with some personal issues, you got to defend your belt, bro. You can't hold the belt hostage. So I agree with that part of it, bro. But sometimes the messenger can be all wrong. We did a video about a year ago. Maybe it was a little over a year ago when Terrence Crawford was like, Canelo Alvarez don't fight no athletic black fighters, or some shit that Terrence Crawford said about Canelo Alvarez. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I want to see Canelo fight Jermall. I wish Canelo would have fought Demetrius Andrade, but you can't deliver that message because the guy that you talking about in Canelo Alvarez's resume is 1,000 times better than yours, bro. 1,000 times better than yours. Furthermore, you ain't the type of fighters that you accusing him of not fighting. You hadn't fought Sean Porter yet when you said that shit, bro. So the best that you had to offer us at that time was a washed-up Kell Brook, Mean Machine, Jose Benavidez Jr., Jeff Horn, Amir Khan coming off getting slept by Canelo. You know, the guy that you was criticizing. Well, he knocked out Amir Khan before you did. And he knocked him out in a way worse fashion, you know, KO of the year type shit. So in that instance, we was like, yo, the messenger for this shit, like you might have some validity to what you're saying, because we all saw what Canelo did with Jermall Charlo. We all saw what he did with Demetrius Andrade. We see that. You know what I'm saying? We don't like that shit. But, bro, you can't be criticizing somebody that's doing better than you, bro. That don't make no sense. And so fast forward to today, it's the same thing with Oscar De La Hoya. Like, at face value, you can agree with Oscar. Like, yeah, bro, Jermall Charlo, you know what I'm talking about? Jermall Charlo, that's good right there. That's what you need to do. You do need to be stripped. You ain't fought in 18 months, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Get that shit up off you. Get that shit up off you because we need the division to continue to move forward. But when you a diehard boxing fan and you really study the sport and you make this your part of your life like I do, to make content and to study the sport and to try to know as much information as I possibly can, I remember that Jermall Charlo tried to fight Jaime Munguia. I remember that they made an offer to Jaime Munguia. And then Jaime Munguia and his team accepted the offer. They signed everything. Then in the twilight hours, at the 23rd hour, Oscar De La Hoya all of a sudden demanded that DAZN be a broadcast partner for the fight with Showtime. Now, this is no disrespect to Jermall Charlo. This is no disrespect to Jaime Munguia. Everybody in a right mind that understands the business of boxing, including Golden Boy Promotions, including DAZN themselves, including Showtime, including PBC, we all know that fight. It's a good fight. It's a very good fight. Would love to see the fight, but that fight is not cross-promotional worthy, bro. I don't even know if that's a pay-per-view fight, fam. That fight is not worth having to be put on by two promotional companies, having to split the costs, split the pay and all that shit. Bro, that fight ain't big enough for that shit, man. And we all know that shit. And Oscar De La Hoya know that shit. So he killed the fight by way of asking for some shit that he knew no one in their right mind would agree to, bro. It was hard enough to get cross-promotional shit with fucking Wilder and Fury, bro. Mayweather and Pacquiao, dog. That shit took years and years to make, but you expect a cross-promotional fight between Munguia and Jermall Charlo, knowing that fight ain't nowhere near as big as the fights that I just mentioned, man. Come on, dog. Come on, bro. You ain't really want the fight. So they messed up the fight between Jaime Munguia and Jermall Charlo. Then the same WBC who he criticizing, who he talking shit about, ordered him, his fighter Jaime Munguia, to fight Carlos Adames for the WBC interim, so that if Jermall Charlo is stripped, the winner of that fight would have been elevated to WBC champion. They turned that shit down too, man. Golden Boy, Jaime Munguia, Oscar De La Hoya turned that shit down too last year, dog. So you have no room to complain. Because the sanctioning body that you complaining about tried to put you in position to become the WBC champion in case they did what you were asking them to do. You turned down the opportunity to become the interim champion because you didn't want your fighter in there with Carlos Adames. You ducked that smoke. Then the WBO, another sanctioning body, ordered Jaime Munguia versus Janibek Alamkhanuly for the vacant WBO title. When Demetrius Andrade moved up to 168, or when they stripped Demetrius Andrade from his 160 title because he was trying to go to 168 to do the interim WBO shit, but he pulled out of that shit too with Zach Parker. The WBO ordered Janibek versus Jaime Munguia for the WBO title. Jaime Munguia, Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya ducked that shit too. Turned that shit down. So you don't get to turn down championship level fights or fights to put you in championship position for your fighter. You don't get to turn down those types of fights on multiple occasions and then complain about what Jermall Charlo got going on. Because you could have fought Jermall Charlo himself. Y'all ruined those negotiations. You could have fought Carlos Adames to put you in position to fight Jermall Charlo as is mandatory, or to be elevated if Jermall Charlo was stripped, and you turned that shit down. You had an opportunity to put your fighter in position to be world champion by having him fight Janibek. When the WBO ordered that fight, y'all turned that shit down, which is why Jaime Munguia got the Duck of the Year award. On top of, being in negotiations with Daniel Jacobs, but then pulling out of that shit and fighting quarterback Jim Kelly. Remember that? Bro, we do this shit. Like, stop trying to fool people. I can't stand these promoters, man. I can't stand them, dog. They try to fool you and try to pull the wool over your eyes like we don't remember shit that been going on, dog. You can't complain about Jermall Charlo. I think Jermall Charlo should be stripped. And if anybody should be complaining about it, it's Carlos Adames, because he ain't duck no fades. If anybody should be elevated, it's Carlos Adames. If anybody's promoter or manager should be saying what Oscar De La Hoya is saying, it's Carlos Adames' promoter/manager. That's who should be talking shit. Not Jaime Munguia. You done had every opportunity in the world, bro, for your fighter. If you Oscar De La Hoya, you have been given every opportunity in the world for your fighter to put himself in position to be world champion. If he really went after smoke and you really was mad and wanted all the shit that you was talking about, bro, you could have been a champion. You could have been made that man a champion, bro. You could have went in there. You could have had him go in there and beat Janibek ass, bro. But you ain't want to do that shit. You could have had him go in there and beat Carlos Adames ass. So now you wouldn't just be crying. You wouldn't just say he was the #1 contender. You say he's the interim champion in the mandatory for Jermall Charlo. And you could demand that Jermall Charlo be stripped and your fighter be elevated because you went after smoke. But you ain't went after no smoke for your fighter. You put this dude in there with bum after bum after bum after bum after bum. Then you want to complain. Nah, bro, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. So again, although while the message may be right, and I may agree that Jermall Charlo has been extremely inactive, while I may agree that Jermall Charlo deserves to be put in recess and let somebody else be elevated, then Jermall Charlo can fight for his title back, skip the line when he's ready to fight. I agree with those things. But if anybody got an argument to be elevated to WBC champion. If anybody got an argument to be able to fight for a vacant belt, if they do make Charlo vacate the belt, it's Carlos Adames. It is not Jaime Munguia, because he done already turned down multiple orders to put himself in position by way of Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy turning them down for him. So Oscar should be quiet, shut his mouth, and stop acting like people don't know what the hell really going on around here, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment down below, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications. Follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV for breakdowns and predictions. Knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email address. And don't forget, we live every Wednesday and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. You can also catch us live with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace out, y'all.